Some people say they can stay in a lucid dream for hours. Some people say it lasts just a few seconds. What if we ask practitioners just to count seconds? Everybody is interested in this topic because every practitioner of the phase state wants to know how long he can stay in the phase state. And there's a lot of speculation about it. Actually, this topic is the most important one for every practitioner because when you are able to enter the phase state, the first thing you have to work on is how long you can stay there. That is why we have maintaining techniques that helps us to stay in the phase as long as possible. But what is the natural duration of the phase state? There's no sense just for asking people for how long they can stay there, because in this case, people can say that they stay there for 5, 10, and even more minutes. Every experienced practitioner knows that 1 minute in the phase could be perceived as 10 minutes. Why? Because we experience there so many actions in this one single minute that our mind cannot believe that it takes just 1 minute. You can translocate in a few places in this 1 minute. And for your mind, it usually takes a lot of time. That is why even 1 minute in the phase looks like 5 or 10 minutes. For this experiment, we asked people count seconds immediately after they separate from the body or become unconscious while dreaming. And at the same time, we asked them not to perform any maintaining techniques. So our goal was to know what is the natural duration of the phase. In the future, we will set a lot of experiments in this direction, but this experiment helped us to understand how much you can stay in the phase and how many seconds you can count there. It doesn't refer to real seconds, but it's interesting how many seconds people can count there. So what we've got? We've confirmed 187 reports. In 7%, people couldn't stay more than 10 seconds. In 21%, people were in the phase for 10 to 30 seconds. In 24%, people were in the phase for 30 to 60 seconds. In 15%, people were in the phase from 60 to 90 seconds. In 8%, people were in the phase from 90 to 120 seconds. In 15%, people were able to stay there from 2 to 3 minutes. In 5%, people stayed there from 3 to 4 minutes. It's a lot. In 1%, 4 to 5 minutes. In 4%, 5 minutes and more. We found no correlation between method of entering the phase and duration of it. We didn't see difference between duration of the phase and how it ends. And we didn't see any difference between experience, how experienced practitioners are, and duration. But there is a lot of correlations between gender and duration. For example, only 6% of men were able to stay in the phase for more than 3 minutes. At the same time, 17% of women were able to stay in the phase for 3 minutes and more. It is actually 3 times more. And for me, there's nothing unusual in this, because I saw this a lot on my seminars when working with people. It happens all the time that for women it is much more easier to enter the phase and stay there. What's another thing? 10% of men were in the phase for less than 10 seconds. At the same time, only 1.5% of women stayed there for 10 seconds. So it is 10% and 1.5%. And some other figures, we see that in 51% of all cases, the phase lasts just 1 minute and less. Only 10% of people were able to stay there for 3 minutes and more. But once again, we're talking about the phase without maintaining techniques. So in this case, people didn't try to stay there as long as possible. And there are a lot of experiments in the future in this direction, and we will compare the results. And one more thing, don't forget that 1 minute in this phase perceived for our conscious like 5 minutes, for example. It is obvious that this phenomenon is quite limited in experience. In 50% of all cases, you can't stay there more than 1 minute. But with maintaining techniques, it's much more. It's a topic for future experiments. What else? For women, it is much easier to stay in the phase longer. It is obvious. Our figures show this very clearly. And another amazing thing that you cannot train something in your head to stay in the phase longer. You can stay in the phase longer if you know how to do this. And that is why experienced practitioners stay there much longer, and we will prove it in the future experiments. But even experienced practitioners, when they don't try to perform maintaining techniques, stay in the phase exactly as beginners. It is amazing. You can train something in your mind. You can train yourself. You can understand some methods for maintaining the phase. But for your physiology, it's always the same situation, and there's no difference between beginners and experienced practitioners. So guys, don't forget that you can take a part in our research. Project Elijah is open for everybody. If you are able to enter the phase at least once per month, you can participate in our experiments. If you don't have enough experience, we will help you to get it. There's online school that works there, and actually we finance the project by this. So see you in the future, and believe me, there's a lot of extremely interesting results, and just in a few months, in a few years, we will know everything about lucid dreaming and out-of-body experience. So see you there.